Hey guys, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews today. It's beer 30. Let's go take a walk, see what's in the fridge today. Hey guys, thanks for joining Greg's Beer Reviews today. Today's beer, this should be a treat. Uh, this is 3 Floyds Alpha King, which is their pale ale. This comes in at 6.5% ABV, and I have noticed on the 12-ounce bottle here, they do have a bottling date on them now, so they have stepped up to the plate and are dating the 12-ounce versions of their beer. I don't I don't think they're dating the big bottles, the 22 ounces and the bigger bottles, but they are dating this. I may be wrong on the dating on the bigger bottles, but the last couple that I've received, I haven't noticed a date on them. So we'll look a little closer when we review those and see what's going on with them. But this one does. It has 12, 17, 13. So this beer is 2 weeks old, so this should be very, very tasty. And Rich sent me this. Rich and Randy sent me this. They sent me a beer mail package, and they actually sent me 2 of these. So I'm looking forward to doing both of them. I'm not going to review both of them because they're both the same beer, but I'm going to review one of them for you, and I'm going to enjoy the other one. So Rich and Randy, thanks again for sending those beers out to me. I do appreciate it. I cannot get these beers in my area. They have a very limited distribution area. They're out of Munster, Indiana. The IBUs on this beer is 66, which is kind of high for a pale ale, which leads me to believe this may be a fairly hoppy pale ale. I hope that it is. So I am a hophead. The commercial description for this beer says a big American pale with citrusy aroma, a hop lover's cult beer, and a 3 Floyds flagship beer brewed with Centennial, Cascade, and Warrior hops. Those all 3 are very tasty hops. Alpha King is an American pale ale with a bold citrus hop character. We brew all our beers for our own demanding taste. If you're unwilling to compromise on your beer, we urge you to try it. So, sounds good to me. So let's get on with this one. We'll go over to the food pairings. The cuisine is the Pan-Asian. The cheeses are the earthy Camembert and the Fontina. Your nutty cheeses, Asiago, Colby, Parmesan. Your tangy cheeses, Brick, Edam, and Feta. And the meat for this is poultry. In my experiences, most of these pails go well with just about anything, from pizza all the way up to, I mean, just about anything. They're very easy drinking. This one's a little bit bigger, being a 6.5%er, but I'm not expecting to get a big alcohol taste on this beer, guys. Glassware is a pint, becker, the non-empty tumbler, the mug, or the stein, the side ale. And it's not recommended for extended cellaring because it's probably going to be a hoppy pale ale, and those hops will diminish over time. So without me flapping my gums any further, let's get the cap off of this one. Nice hiss on that one, tells me it's very well carbonated. Into the glass. We'll pour this kind of aggressive here. Got us a good finger, finger and a half, maybe even 2 fingers ahead on that final end pour. Not quite 2, but very good looking beer in the glass. A nice head on that beer. Over into the light. It is a rich amber color. Not light like a golden, but a deeper amber color. Almost to the copper color almost. Looks very good in the glass. I'm not getting a huge amount of bubbles streaming up, but there are bubbles streaming up, which tells me it's a fairly decent carbonated, not over carbonated beer, but by looking at that head, that tells me it's got just the right amount of carbonation there. Let's get a nose on this one. Definitely a big hop profile on this one, so you would not want to cellar this beer. It will lose that hop forwardness over time, and this one being 2 weeks old, It doesn't get much fresher than that unless you're in the Indiana area and get your hands on this when it comes out. Don't think this stuff sits on the shelf anywhere very long at all. They almost have a cult following. As soon as their beers come out, they're snatched up. I am grateful that they did decide to step up to the plate and start dating these beers. I don't know, like I said, if their bigger bottles are going to continue with that dating process. I did not notice any of those datings on the bigger bottles that I've received recently. So, looks good, smells good. Man, it's got a big citrusy, piney smell. There is some maltiness in there. It smells wonderful for a hophead like myself. I love a hoppy pale ale. A lot of people don't. They're put off by that. It almost gets into the IPA range when it's super hopped and it's got a lot of bitterness to it. This one has 66 IBUs, so this may be right on the verge of being an IPA. So let's give it a taste. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Rich and Randy. Thank you. Appreciate it, sir. Oh, it smells good. Oh, wow. That is delicious. For 66 IBUs, it does not have that biting bitter taste that a lot of IPAs have. Oh, wow. For a 6.5%er, I am not getting that alcohol whatsoever. A very well made beer. Grapefruit, pine, citrusy, malty. Maybe a little orange peel in there. Just a hint of the bitterness, but nowhere near what 66 IBUs lends you to think. Tastes more like a 45 or a 50, maybe even a 55 IBU. Wow, delicious. Wow, guys, that is such a balanced beer for a pale ale, and for me being a hophead and being a hop forward as it is. If I could get these beers in my area, you would see a lot more of these in my fridges. No doubt about it. Well, you know the deal and the drill. We're going to let it warm up just a hairish right out of the fridge, 40 degrees, and see how it changes if it does. Let it warm up and let the other half sip it. And we'll come back and do the final chug on this one. This is definitely an A beer. Stick around. See if it gets a 10. Alright guys, I'm back. Got just to the left here. This beer is awesome and delicious. For a pale, it is super hoppy. The bitterness is just a slight hint of it, just enough to balance out the malt backbone on this one. This is a very delicious pale ale. It goes a lot like Sierra Nevada's pale, which is hop forward, and a lot of other craft beer brewers do a hoppy pale, and I do like a hoppy pale. So let's see the final chug on this one. Very easy drinking. It's got a slight sweet taste to it. The hops, the Centennial, Cascade, and Warrior hops work well with the IBUs between 66 and 68. It doesn't taste like it's got that much IBUs to me. Very balanced, very delicious beer. Rich and Randy, thanks again for sending this beer to me, or sending both of these beers to me. I have another one in the fridge to drink. It's awesome. It is awesome. Definitely in the top 10. Probably the top 5 as far as pails, as far as I'm concerned, because I do like the hoppier pails like this one. And it has a date on the bottle. I can't think of anything that I would downgrade this beer for. So guys, it gets a 10. I'm going to give it a 10. I don't know why it would not get a 10. Very easy drinking, citrusy, pine, grapefruit, nice malt backbone. It's delicious. It's delicious. I don't think I've had a bad beer from these guys. I cannot, unless somebody sends these beers to me, I cannot get them here. So, and I don't think Other places like Lucan's Liquor even gets their hands on these beers because they're not shipped to Florida. You actually have to know somebody that's in that vicinity to send them to you, because they have a very small distribution and they sell everything that they produce. It doesn't sell on the shelves very long at all. So, and some of their beers, you actually have to get them there. They don't even send them out to the stores. You have to stand in line for them. So, very tasty beers these guys are doing, and I'm glad they finally went on ahead and put the dates on the at least the 12-ounce bottles. It's delicious, guys. So before I forget, Happy New Year, everybody. I neglected to say that yesterday on New Year's Eve, but Happy New Year. I hope this year brings everybody everything that they look forward to in a new year, and they get to spend a lot of time with family and friends and great craft beers. So, with that being said, let's go see what the other guys think about this beer. We'll go over to Beer Advocate first, and they say 95 world class. It is a world class beer. It is very tasty. I would actually bump those numbers up a couple of notches and say if you can get your hands on this, you need to pick this beer up. Probably need to pick up just about anything that's got a Three Floyds label on it, because I don't think they do any bad beers. So let's go over to Rate Beer, and Rate Beer says, oh, here we go, 100 overall and 100 in the style. Would not argue with that whatsoever. I think it is a 100 beer. That's why I gave it to 10. So guys, if you've had the Alpha King from Three Floyds, give me some comments back. Let me know what you think. Think it's a 10, 9, 8, a 7? I think it's a 10. It's definitely got everything that we need in a pale ale, especially being a hoppy pale ale. So, guys, I love this one. Thanks again to Rich and Randy for sending this one to me, and the other ones that they sent that we're going to be reviewing. And if you've had this one, give me some comments back on this one. Hit that like button, rate, comment, subscribe, and maybe we'll get lucky and get another 10 tomorrow. So let's go see what's in the fridge tomorrow. See you then. Happy New Year.